Hey, what is going on everybody? It is Nolan, or the Optimistic Gamer here, and welcome back to the Optimistic Survival Series. It's been a few days since our last episode, I apologize for that, but I hope you had a very happy Thanksgiving and a great week. Today we are working on something a little bit different, something that we haven't really touched base on in a while. If you recall, I don't even know if I featured this actually, but I think we have talked about it. We have a spider spawner underneath our wool farm right here, underneath our potato farm a little bit as well. And today I would like to dig down there and create a string farm. Now, of course, that is not really going to be all that useful to us this late in the game. Of course, we have our hostile mob farm back at spawn, so this will not be a primary source of string, but it will, however, be a source for spider eyes and just something to kind of finish out this side of the hill, since we haven't really touched it since putting in our wool farm. So that's what we are going to work on today. For the first half, we are just going to set up the farm itself, and then for the second half, I would like to decorate the outside a little bit and make it a little bit more inviting than a dirt hillside. So I think we will just start with a basic staircase, nice and large, so that we can kind of get a sense of where we need to be to make this farm happen. I think it is a little ways down, if I recall correctly, and I, again, don't remember if we have actually visited that in this series. I just know that there is one right below us here, but I'm 99% certain that we have been here. If not, though, we will get a little bit extra loot, maybe a new music disc or saddle or name tag or something like that. So we can already hear some zombies down here. That is a great sign. That means that we should be getting pretty close to a cave, and if we continue on a little bit farther, we are looking for that cobblestone among all of that stone that will indicate our spawner, and it looks like we have mined into this cave down here. That zombie has an arrow. If we continue around, there it is. There is our spawner, which we have in fact been to. Again, I don't remember when we were here, but the chests are pretty much completely empty, and of course we have a torch on the spawner, which is a very clear sign that we have been to that spawner before. But I do want to light up the rest of this cave down here just to make it a little bit safer for us. So we are just going to quickly take out both of those zombies, and we will get a few more torches placed down in this direction as well. I don't think this is a too intricate cave system. It should dead end right down here, and then same thing in the other direction. There we go. So that has been all lit up now. It looks like this is a very popular hub for some of our Endermen that have been stealing blocks from the valley. So our first step for this will be to clear out this room and maximize the space that the spawner will use. So that will start with removing all of the cobblestone and these chests right here, and then extending it out a little bit farther in each direction. This will be similar to our zombie spawner that we built very, very early in this series. The one that we used for getting XP, and we had our whole enchantment set up down there as well. So all of our cobblestone has been removed. We need to make this room a little bit larger though. I believe the spawner has 5 blocks in each direction as opposed to just 3 that we have right now, and 4 on each of these sides. The 3 blocks above that though will work for us. We will stick with that. Now the tricky thing about these spiders as opposed to the zombies is they can climb walls, so we need to spider proof them in a way that they will not be able to get up the wall, and they will instead be forced into the stream of water that we will have on the floor, and that will send these spiders down into a region where we can just attack them. Again, this will not be a primarily useful farm. We have a more efficient string farm at our hostile mob spawner, but that is not effective for getting spider eyes, something that will only drop if the player kills the spider. So if we ever need spider eyes for anything, which of course is primarily potions, we will be able to come here and get enough spider eyes to make that. And maybe in future updates they will be given some more uses. But the nice thing about this spawner being right below our valley, sort of the main populated area of our town, is that means that all of the mob proofing on the surface is pretty much finished. So we should get really good rates from this farm. We just need to make sure that all of the caves in the surrounding areas are pretty well lit. Otherwise we will have mobs in those, and that will decrease our numbers just a little bit. But I think generally speaking, most of those caves have been lit up. So now we have this large 11 by 11 room. We'll go ahead and remove some of that dirt up there, and we are going to make this a few blocks deeper. Now this should be a really good platform for all of our spiders, or a really good hollowed out room, I guess. We will have a platform at the bottom, but they will just spawn sort of in the air. There we go. So now we have pretty much maximized the size of the room for the highest yield, or at least I think the highest yield. We may be able to go out one more block, but I think we will be good with this. Again, this is more for the practicality, just using this spawner, I guess. So maybe then not for the practicality, more so of just making use of this spawner since it is below our base. If we didn't have this under here, we would probably not be going out and trying to find a spider spawner. There just isn't any use to it. But now with all of this into place, we need to set up our kill mechanism, sort of the platform. We have two ways of doing this. I guess the first would be a central hole in the middle where the spiders will flow into. The second would be a one-directional flow of the water, and I think that's what we will do. I think that will be a little bit better for us, and it may be better for preventing the spiders from escaping after they flow where they are going to. So let's go ahead and count this out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we will have a step down right here so that the water can continue on in that direction. Now, of course, spiders are 2 blocks wide and give or take, and 1 block tall, which means we can have a 1 block tall gap where they will be able to get through right down here. And that will be very useful to us because that will mean that these spiders cannot escape. So we will do something like this. I just want to make sure that the water will actually flow down, and we have really filled up our inventory. We definitely don't need any more stone, but we have it now. So let's grab out a water bucket and let's just see how this will work. So the water will flow down and then it will continue on. Now again, we do need to climb proof the walls here, otherwise the spiders will get to this point and they will climb up and hang out at the ceiling. But I have a few solutions as to how we may handle that. We will work on that in a little bit. So let's have this water flow all the way to the edge right here. Now again, we are not making an automatic kill platform for these spiders, so we won't be placing down any magma cubes, or magma blocks I should say, or anything like that, since we want these spiders to be gathered in one area. That way we can swipe them with our swords. So we will have something like that, and then we will have an area down here where we can easily access. Now of course we will want to make sure that the spiders cannot get through. Luckily for us, we can use fences or walls or anything like that, as again these spiders are about 2 blocks wide and they will not be able to fit through that area. So it looks like this will connect right up here to our cave. That will make for an easy entrance down here. And we'll just build a staircase out of there just like that. So we need a few more buckets of water and maybe some fences or walls. And then actually I think this farm again will be pretty close to being done. We will have to test this out. It will be trial and error for sure, but we will remove the torches and see how things go. So we'll place that right there, and we will give ourselves an infinite source, and we can just go down the line now fill in all of that water. So in theory, spiders should start spawning as soon as we remove the torches. They will fall into the water and flow right down into that gap right there where we will be able to swipe them with our sword. Now again though, the fundamental issue with this is climbing walls. We need some kind of way to spider-proof these walls. Now my initial thought is we could place dispensers facing down and fill all of those with water buckets, connect all of those to a redstone circuit, and when we flick a lever, all of that water will pour down, and then we flick it again and it will all be gathered back up. That is one possibility, since spiders do like to hang out in the corners of those ceilings, but at the same time, that is almost 2 stacks of dispensers. That is quite a bit, even for us. We don't have that many bows and arrows, or I guess just bows, so I don't think we will do anything like that. The second option then would be to place some kind of block that sort of deters them from climbing up. Now, upside down stairs, I'm not sure what their relationship with those are, but we could certainly try those and space those apart. Again though, I think that they will somehow find a way around them, and of course, we don't want them to spawn on top of them. So what we may actually try, I'm wondering if vines or ladders might work. If we place those on the walls, if that will block the spiders. I know for a fact, or at least I'm fairly certain, that they will not spawn on top of those ladders. I highly doubt these are spawnable blocks, so we may just try these in a sort of checkerboard pattern, just like this, covering all of these walls in here. Now, right here though, it may end up blocking the spiders, so what we might actually do is a solid row of ladders here at the bottom. We are going to need to craft some more, but I think this might actually work for us. Alright, we are back with more ladders, and again, we are just going to cover all of these walls. I'm hoping this works, because these might be a little bit of a pain, although I think with our ladders, yeah, we can instantly break those. So if it doesn't work, we will have a pretty easy solution for getting rid of them. But again, we are just going to completely cover all of these walls with ladders and see how it goes. I think because of the lip that ladders have, right now when I press the spacebar in this block, I can't get up because those ladders actually do extend out a little bit, and that should prevent these spiders from being able to climb up them. Now, of course, right here they may try to climb. I think that will be far enough away from that water. I don't think we want to put one right there though, because it may block the spider from getting down. And then right here honestly isn't a problem for us. I think we will be fine to leave that wall as is. The other thing I want to do in this spawner, this farm, is use tinted glass. Now, we haven't used tinted glass at all in this series, and that's honestly a little bit surprising, because in terms of mob farms like this, it really does have a lot of applicable uses. At least I don't think we have used it. Honestly, we really only need to do these first few rows. I don't think we will have spiders spawning up there. So that looks pretty good now. But again, tinted glass, I don't think we have actually used that at all in this series, and I think it would be cool to see this farm in action. Not only just being able to watch it, but also being able to actually see if it works. So let's clean up these edges a little bit, maybe remove some of this dirt here and there. I think some of it we can leave. That right up here is pretty natural, but we will go ahead and fill all of that in. That will be pretty good, I think. Maybe we will just finish off this wall here on this side, and then on this front face right here, we will do some of our tinted glass. We can leave a little doorway right in there to access the rest of that cave. There isn't anything down in that direction, but just so we have that available. So there we go, all of our ladders are now into place. Again, we'll just get a couple more right over here. Why not? Just finish off the look over here on this side, and that's not where I wanted that to be placed. There we go. So let's go grab some tinted glass. It looks like we will need 4 blocks by 7, so we will need about a half stack, 28. We will get that filled in, remove those torches, and this farm should be up and running. We do need to work on this a little bit more just to make it safe for us to be down here, because right now those spiders would be able to escape from right here and come after us. So we are going to place some, I think we will just do fences right in front of here, and we will just do them on every other block, and that will prevent them from being able to get through. We could do that, or alternatively, I just thought of this, we need some wood, but we could do trapdoors placed sideways. So we have plenty of glass. Let's see how much amethyst we have. We have a fair amount. I think eventually we are going to want to have some kind of amethyst farm, but that will give us 48, actually about a stack and a half, but again, we are going for just a half stack. I guess we could go ahead and craft all of it. It will be useful later on. And we have a whole lot of oak trapdoors, so we are just going to roll with those. Again, these are going to be placed sideways, just like this, all the way across. And now, when we go to open these, we will see that we have these little gaps that we can actually step into and kill the spiders that way. So let's get our tinted glass placed in now, and this will actually block some of the light over here on this side of the cave, so we will have to be mindful of that. Probably get another torch placed down. We'll just get one right here, but that is not allowing any light through onto that side. Now, of course, the concern is right down here, where we may get some of that light spill. We want it to be as dark as possible on the inside, so we are just going to cover up all of those stalls right there. We may even do one more layer of stone on top, something like that, so now it is nice and dark on the inside, at least as soon as we remove those torches. So we will just break our way in right here. We will be able to get out since we have our elytra. We can just fly right down there and get out through one of those stalls. But let's go ahead and remove all of these torches now. And as soon as we do that, we already have some spiders spawning in. We are going to make our escape. That did not take long at all, but it looks like we have one trying to climb that wall right there, and it looks like it did successfully. Well, maybe not. It fell all the way down, or that may have been one that spawned in. Nonetheless, I think we will get in there and place down some ladders, but otherwise, let's test out our new farm. That is pretty good. Now, obviously, we don't have any kind of collection mechanism. I think we may end up replacing this row right here with a row of hoppers and just have a single chest. But this is working exactly how I had hoped for it to. Other than the fact that some of our spider friends are trying to exploit our design just a little bit. So while we may be attacked, they should flow down in that direction. We are going to get a row of ladders placed down right here at the bottom, and that will prevent them from being able to climb up. They're still kind of hopping up and down, but they won't be able to get all the way up that wall. So we'll go ahead and get a couple more, and we have a spider jockey now. That is a problem for us because the skeleton, and that's actually something I hadn't even thought about. I didn't know that they could even spawn from those spawners, but that may cause some issues for us. I guess they are fairly rare though. So if that does ever happen, we can just leave the farm and come back. But it is definitely working very effectively, that is for sure. We just need to get the rest of those ladders placed in, and now we should be all good to go. We'll snipe this one up here in the corner just to go ahead and clear the boards, and now we will make our way back down below, or maybe it will be easier for us to exit right up here. That might be a little bit safer. So now let's head back down here and see how we do. So of course we have 9 spider eyes and 7 string. Let's go ahead and put that away since that was from before while we were still adjusting this. And let's go through, let's turn down our hostile mob sounds. And let's go through and just see how many spider eyes and string we get just from going down the row right here. The other thing I'm wondering is, can spiders fit in this gap in between the trapdoors? And it doesn't look like they can, which makes our life significantly easier. Again, we will get those hoppers placed down right there, just so we can access our drops, because some of them are getting stuck. But this is definitely a lot easier. It keeps us at a safe distance, and we can easily kill all of these spiders. And in terms of XP, it is actually fairly efficient. So for now, we will just flip up all of these trapdoors and run through here and grab all of the droppings that we got. And 40 spider eyes, 52 string, that is pretty good. So I'm gonna get a row of hoppers placed down right here. That will give us a collection mechanism, and then all that will be left is decorating the outside and making a nice entrance to this farm. And of course, from the outside, it looks like we still have a few spiders right up there, but I think unless we get dozens and dozens, we will be okay. If that does happen, we again can just fly away, allow them to despawn, and then come back and it will reset. But with the amount that we got, I think that is pretty good. I don't think we need to worry about the lingering ones in those corners. Alright, our hoppers are into place. Our chest over here, we're going to do some upside down stone stairs right above that. And to finish this off, we are just going to place some stone buttons right here as a way of mob proofing. Now, again, I'm not really concerned. I guess a creeper would be a little concerning down here, but generally speaking, I think just something like that. We obviously don't want to put torches. I suppose we could have done slabs, but I'm happy with the buttons. So now we should see that this works perfectly. We can kill some of these spiders. There were a lot bunched up in that corner there. And now when we go through, now the only thing I'm worried about with this is the XP orbs, so maybe we will end up replacing these stone buttons with slabs, but right over here, all of our spider eyes and string are filling up. I guess we could always just go into here with our elytra, but again, that is maybe more work than we need to do. So let's go ahead and try making some stone slabs and see if that will elevate us enough to reach that XP. So if we place that down right there, not quite, the XP is still getting stuck. So I guess at the end of it, we can just flip up the trapdoor and get all of our XP in one big lump sum. That works for us, that is fine. But now we have a pretty much finished farm down here, so let's go ahead and go work on the entrance. And it actually does look like we have quite a few spiders congregating up in the top corner here, so maybe we do need to place a few more ladders, or maybe, again, we can always just go away and allow them to despawn, or we can just come up here and give them a few smacks with our sword. All of the loot will, of course, fall down into our hopper, but we can just go away, they will despawn, and we can try again. But we should be good on spider eyes for a very long time. So now, again, all we have left is this entrance right here. Initially, I was thinking of maybe some kind of very elaborate scheme, I guess, with a large spider sort of protecting a nest down below, but I think that is a little bit out of place right in here. I think we have an opportunity to make this a little bit nicer, so that's what we are going to do. We are going to combine the dark oak with the deep slate tile bricks, or the deep slate bricks, and have a very coherent look in this whole area, because obviously between our villager breeder up there, our farm, and this wool farm right down here, we have a lot of patterns working with each other. I don't want to take away from that. So rather than making it obvious, I think we will do quite the opposite. We will go for subtle. So we are going to start with some spruce logs right here on each side. We are going to build up some pillars, and we're going to do sort of a 2D facade for this that I guess kind of resembles a house in a way, sort of a building tucked away into the mountainside. We're going to keep this pretty simple with a nice staircase pattern right here, and that will meet at a point in the middle of the roof. We will then remove this stone and get that replaced with some dark oak planks. Just like that. I don't think we will actually do an official door on this. We will instead do an archway, since I don't think we really need to worry about mobs getting in or out. So I think that is a good start for us. Let's step back from this and see how that looks. Yeah, I kind of like that. It definitely has a cave entrance vibe to it. So let's finish off the roof up here and upside down stair in the middle. One more slab there at the top. I think for the roof we will go with maybe a spruce wood, or maybe we will switch things up. We will replace this with spruce and do dark oak for the roof. Let's see how that looks. Okay, I thought that was a creeper for a second. Just a spider. I guess the ceiling of that farm is close enough to the surface that we are hearing a lot of those sounds. But this we can actually maybe even connect all the way back to the potato farm right over here and have that go all the way up to the wall. Something like this. And will that line up with that pillar? It does line up, so that is even better for us. I did not intend on that. That is a great unintended consequence from that. So we are just going to roll with it. Now we may do something in this, we may do something in that upstairs region, we will see, but that would be a future episode, or at least part of a future episode. All right, let's make some spruce planks, get those filled in right there. We'll get some stairs made as well. Again, just redo that arch just like that. And we will fill in a few more right underneath the roof as well. We'll do upside down dark oak stairs underneath the front just to match the pattern. Place down some torches inside of here just to prevent some hostile mobs from spawning. And finish off this half of the roof as well. And there we have it. So let's fly over to the barn. This will give us a better view of that. And I definitely like that a lot more, the subtle approach. I did actually build out a very elaborate entrance for this one time in creative mode just to see, and I definitely like this a lot more. I think we will still do maybe in this block right up here, since we do kind of need a window up there. I think we will definitely have one, maybe with some dark oak fences. We'll just make sure that there isn't any dirt showing in here from the inside. Place that down right there. I think we just need a couple more torches placed down on the outside right here. Do we want to do them like that? I think that works pretty well. And then this one we will place over in that direction. Also, we've never lit up our wool farm. I was, when we built this, actually going to have some kind of fancy design down here that we never got around to, but just to prevent some mobs from spawning again, we are just going to place those going around the wool farm for now, and we will find a more permanent solution for that in the future. But I think that is where we will leave it. I'm going to finish off the staircase between now and next episode, or maybe sometime thereafter, we will see. But I do want to continue to work in this area. Again, we have our wall way over off in the distance past our graveyard here that we need to start building out towards, and I think this is moving us in the right direction. For now though, if you enjoyed today's episode, please hit that thumbs up button and make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on daily content as soon as I publish it. We are just 2 episodes away from our museum reveal in episode 100, just on the other side of our old storage building there. So definitely stay tuned for that and make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on that video as soon as I publish it. Also check the description for some more important information, links, how to contact me, all of that good stuff. And with all of that being said, comment, like, subscribe, remember to stay optimistic, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye!